Right, with us we have Tyc Kakehongo, the tournament director of the Junior Africa Squash Championships. Tyc, now we've had the team competition with Egypt beating South Africa in the final, but Namibia sixth overall, a bit disappointing. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, definitely disappointing. We had higher aspirations for the team. Personally, I thought that they're going to end in the top four. That was my prediction. But I always knew it was going to be a close call between Namibia and Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe were always a bit stronger in the past, but I felt like the Namibian team had come a long way and they were able to compete. In the end, it was very close. It was touch and go. All the games were five-setters. Yeah, and then obviously we also played then against Nigeria, who were a bit of an unknown quantity. We didn't know anything about Nigerian junior squash because they had never competed at previous editions of the All Africa. But they did very well, and they also just beat Namibia narrowly for the fifth and sixth spots.
Right, so Namibia not doing too well in individual competition as well. But in general, this tournament here, what do you think this means for Namibian squash?
Well, it's a big step forward. I think at every event that we can put up for our juniors, whether it's at home or anywhere internationally, I think it's just an opportunity for them to get that exposure that hopefully will propel them. We can only give them the opportunities. You know, what they do with the opportunities obviously is up to them. So we're gonna obviously do our best to keep giving them those opportunities, and then hopefully they keep growing, keep getting better.
And we saw some top-class squash here, some of the best from Egypt, who are the world champions at the moment, and South Africa. What do you think of the talent on display here?
Well, yeah, like as you mentioned, the talent's very good standard of squash that we're seeing here, especially amongst the Egyptians. I mean, it's well documented that the Egyptians are actually the leading nation when it comes to squash at the moment, at senior level and at junior levels, and they've brought some of their best junior squash players to this event. And then we've also been privileged enough to have the top junior squash players from South Africa who are also playing at a very good standard. But I mean, the rest of the continent are showing that, you know, the enthusiasm and the passion for the sport is there, and that's very encouraging. And I think us hosting a tournament like this, we just contribute towards it. We're contributing towards the growth of the sport on the continent. So we feel like we're playing our part in that regard.
And do you think Namibia could ever have someone maybe amongst the top in Africa?
Well, it's hard to say. Obviously, there's a lot of contributing factors to that. We need to really keep working on our structures. We need to keep making sure that from the administration to the coaching to the playing pool, we need to really grow the base of players that we can choose from, which at the moment is a little bit of a disadvantage. Our playing pool is relatively small, you know, compared to the countries that we're competing against. But in the near future, we hope that we'll have more juniors playing and more juniors to choose from.